Hey there. So today I want to talk to you about optimizing your filtration using a pre-filter sponge. I have these on nearly every aquarium that I run with a canister filter and a hang on the back filter. However, they can also be used for power heads. Aquarium Co-Op sent me these and I'm going to be demonstrating them because this is the type and the model that I buy for my own aquariums. Now, if you're interested in buying the product, there's going to be an affiliate link in my bio and also in the description. If you are watching this on Instagram and this is not the full version video, click over to my YouTube to see the entire discussion about why and how you can use a pre-filter sponge. All right, so you might be asking, why do I need a pre-filter sponge? If you haven't used one before, you might not realize what a benefit they can be. The first benefit to using a pre-filter sponge is that it keeps fish, fry, and also invertebrates out of the intake of your filter and out of your impeller, so out of your filter. All right, so why use a pre-filter sponge? The first reason you might want to use a pre-filter sponge is that it's going to keep fish, fry, and also invertebrates out of your filter and your intake. So you're not going to have them sucked up by the impeller. If you're having guppy babies, I like to use this size coarse foam from Aquarium Co-Op because this really keeps them at a distance and diffuses the water flow into the intake. Also, I love using these because they give a second chance at fish food. So rather than the fish food being directly sucked up my filter and just to rot back there, I often see guppies, cories, snails, shrimp picking food particles off of these pre-filter sponges. They also keep large debris out of the main compartment of your filter, like say dead plant leaves, mulm, fish poop. It's going to keep those bigger items out of your filter, which is going to extend the time in between cleanings of the filter. So if I used to clean a filter every 2 weeks using one of these pre-filter sponges, I might then clean it every 4 weeks. So it's going to extend the time in between cleanings of your main filter compartment. This does need to be cleaned, so you will squeeze this out into a bucket of old tank water typically to preserve the beneficial bacteria on it, but you will squeeze this out and you'll want to do that regularly. So I would squeeze this out on every one of my tank cleanings, so weekly or at least every other week. And then you can clean your filter every 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what your schedule was previously and how you like to keep your fish room. Okay, so how to use a pre-filter sponge. We're going to use this Marineland Penguin BioWheel 100 as a demonstration model of a hang on the back filter. And also I have the intake of a 350 of Marineland as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the steps to get this going. Number one is you're going to want to go to the CoOp's website and you're going to want to scroll down in the listing and check out their grid for the sizing. Now, the mini and the medium have a 1/2 inch diameter hole in the center, and then this guy, the large, has a 1 1/4 inch inside diameter hole. So that's going to be the determining factor of if it fits your intake or not. They have that huge grid down at the bottom to guide you in different canister filters and hang on the back filters. If you have any questions about sizing or need any help, feel free to DM me or leave a comment in the comment section below. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check the CoOp website to find out which sponge to order. Once you receive your product, then just go ahead and do a dry run test fit. So this is the large sponge, and as you can see, it's pretty loose on here, so I would not use this without the little zip tie trick. But the medium is a perfect fit for this guy. So I'm just going to slide the sponge snugly over the intake, and I did not remove the strainer basket. However, you can remove the strainer basket if you prefer, and then just slide the sponge over it. Now on some intakes, the strainer basket is huge. This one will not fit, so I have to take the strainer basket off on my 350. If for any reason you find this to be loose, you can do the little zip tie or rubber O-ring trick to get it to secure on there a little bit better. Now, once you've done your test fit and zip tied your intake if necessary, you'll want to rinse this and install it. So all you do is you just rinse this in some tank water, or you can rinse it in the sink. I really don't mind rinsing these in the sink the first time, but you'll want to be very careful not to rinse it in the sink thereafter. If you have chlorinated or chloramine treated water. So if you're on a well and you don't use chloramines or chlorine in your water, you're probably safe to rinse this in your tap water. But if you're on city water like me, I do not rinse these when I am maintaining them in any type of chlorinated water. I use dechlorinated water or old tank water to squeeze them out. Now you will need to clean these occasionally depending on how big your tank is, how active your tank is, your bio load. This is the perfect porosity in my opinion, so I feel like I don't need to clean it that often. I clean these every maybe 2 weeks and then clean out the filter every 4 weeks approximately, maybe a little bit longer if I have a very large canister filter and the lower bio load. So all you do, you just buy the sponge that fits, you test fit, then you rinse it out, install it, and get going. You just fire up your filter and you're all set. So you may wonder why I like the Aquarium Co-Op version the best. The first is I love the coarse foam. The second is I love that it only has a hole on one side, so I don't need to zip tie or rubber band the other end. Many sponge filters, pre-filters that are on the market have a hole that is drilled all the way through the sponge. So I actually was having to zip tie these before I found out about Aquarium Co-Op branded models. I also like that these are extremely durable. I have been using my sponge pre-filters from Aquarium Co-Op for over a year now, and they're still just as robust as the day I bought them. They also come in multiple sizes, which I really like because I can customize my filtration. I have been known to put a large sponge filter on a small hang on the back to diffuse the water flow in a tank that has fry. So I do sometimes still use a hang on the back filter when I have fry that are of a certain age, and I use this to diffuse that flow so we're not, sucking them into the filter. Now you can check out the Co-op website via the affiliate links in my bio and the description, but I wanted to tell you there's also a 5% discount for Aquarium Co-Op members. You do not have to be a member to shop at the Co-op, but you will receive a 5% off discount on your entire purchase if you become a YouTube member of their channel. Also, if you're a YouTube member of their channel, you get to go to the private members only talks, which are aquarium related. So for example, this coming month, there is going to be a talk with Dr. Anthony of the Amazon Research of Peru, which is on Instagram at ARC of _Peru. And you can check them out. They are an amazing ornamental fishes research center. So he's going to be doing a members only talk. And if you are a member, not only do you get that great 5% off, but you get to go to the talk and hear all the previous talks. There's some really good talks in there about Corridoras too. So let me know if you have any questions. Just as a talking point for this video, if you tell me what your experience is with pre-filter sponges, I would just love to hear it. Have you used them? Are you interested in more biological filtration? Are you interested in more time in between filter cleanings? Let me know what your thoughts are on these. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.